Hello everybody and welcome to big number 10. Now this is the 10th video in my 30-day challenge and I'm really excited about it. I decided to do a water well into this one because the water well would be more detailed. It would have more pieces to it. I was going to go with a stone brick bottom, so all those individual little bricks with a supported tiled roof. So it would have 4 support beams, a pillar in the middle, and then the roof on the top with tiles laid out on it. Now I did the sketching really quickly. I made big blocks, did the roof real quick, put in some shabby looking little shingles, colored in the cylinder or in the middle for the pillar, and I just did that really quickly because I knew the modeling process was going to take quite a bit longer for this video. And I'm doing these videos in the same night that I'm posting them because I haven't been able to keep up ahead of time. So when I get home from work, I start these. Now in Blender, I start with a cube, I scale it down, round off the corners just a little bit to make it look more like a brick, and then I'm going to add a circle and turn that into a curve. That way on the brick I can add the array modifier and the curve modifier, and then in the curve modifier assign that circle to make the bricks go around in a circle. Once you get the shape, then you just duplicate and move them on top of each other. You stack them together, twist them a little bit, and then they look like they've been placed and stacked into a nice little water well. Now the top ring I just was trying to scale out a little bit because I wanted to give it a little bit more detail to like a lip at the top, something that would actually, you could actually put a lid on it if you needed to. If you needed to seal the well, that ring around the top would allow a lid to sit down inside of it. Now after that I turned the circle just back into a mesh so that I could fill it in and fill in the bottom, which normally it'd probably be full of water. After that, I brought in another cube, scaled it up, and I used the mirror modifier here because I can make all 4 pillars, the little support beams, in one time. So you see it just made all 4 at once. After that, I just bring in some more cubes, use it up for the braces. Now these braces are also going to support the cylinder for the beam in the middle. So I'll just bring in a cylinder, I scale it down, stretch it out, and then I actually inset it a little bit into the supports there. That would be hollowed out so that it could spin without moving all over the place. Now I tried to put this little wheel on the end because I thought, well, that you could grab that and you could turn it to lift your bucket, but I didn't really know what all I would need else to add to it to make that look functional. So I just left it out. I figured you could just pull the rope to pull your bucket up. Now the roof was just a cylinder, not a cylinder. The roof is a cube with an edge loop cut into it, and you just pull it up and it makes a quick roof. After all of that, I added a plane for the ground, and then I just moved the well up just a little bit. The bucket's quick and easy to make. You take a cylinder, you just scale the top out just a little bit, and you inset it, and it makes you a really quick bucket. Now after that, the rope is a cylinder that's been scaled way down. Now to make the rope look like it goes around the cylinder in the middle for the beam, you take some edge loops, you use the cylinder, you cut your edge loops in there, you pull them close together, and then you just extrude them out just a little bit. And then I separated them into individual objects and then just duplicated them along the beam so that it looked like the rope was around the pillar. It was neat. It looked cool. And then I decided, you know what, I want everything to stand out, so I decided to add some color. So I go into the materials, I add color to everything, and I really liked it. I like color. I've been doing everything in grayscale, but I think from now on I'm probably going to start adding color to a lot of stuff. Unless it's a project, maybe I'm going to add a couple things too. Maybe if I'm making pieces to a bigger project, which I have a pretty big project in mind that I'm going to be working on pretty soon. Now the top, to do the tiles, I basically did the same thing as far as the bricks. You just create your first tile, and then you use the array modifier to stretch out it. Now the array modifier stacks on itself, so you can't use a single modifier to go both in the x-axis and the y-axis, or the x-axis and the z-axis if you want them to stay together. If you use both axes at once, it kind of makes a stair stepper. So you just stack them. So you use 2 array modifiers, one to go left and one to go down. Once I got them together, lined them up, and then you just duplicated them, stuck them on the other side, got them all lined up. And then I decided I needed to change the colors of the roof. So when you have a material, and since I was within the same object, they were sharing a material. Well, in your material section, there's a little plus button. If you click that, it will add a new material with the same color, and you just adjust that to change the color of whatever object you're working on. Now, I just tried to do my first render in the Blender render engine, and I didn't like the way it looked. It was real flat. It didn't have a whole lot of depth to it. It was real cartoony. Even though this is considered a low poly model and more cartoony, to me the Cycles render engine just looks so much better, and I really like the way it turned out at the end once I rendered out that final image. So thank you for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please share and hit the like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe, as it is free and it does help support the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.